Yes, I don't for my na kwaba e over platform we so host na age and I want me abon impun. I don't for e dey say am mo ka say ne eboboba na no odin. Udi agura Ghana entimi enko World Cup ya for e ba be ba so America yi entimi enko bi. And for ye dey nsem ni nyina e bro na yen sha ase we dey science. No west video be gibre ma hwa ma na kosi awiye.
Mahama angry as Afenyomaa King falls in big trouble. Now, President John Dramani Mahama is the ish. Everybody is talking about the second coming. You better call it the Second World War of John Dramani Mahama. He came back. Miraculously, he became president again. When prophets had, in fact, pushed him and relegated him to the back burner. He rose like a column of mercury in the mercury thermometer on heat to the top. And he was able to make it into the presidency again. And this time round, he told us his secret. He told us one thing. I prayed to God and told God, if you make me president again, I will live to the letter. I will leave a legacy that will mesmerize you and all your angels in heaven. And God nodded and said, go ahead and do it. God did not tell him. Your other guy, the predecessor, told me the same thing, that he will build a house for me. Should I make him a president? He cried and wailed at the Wailing Wall right there in the palace of King Solomon in Israel. I hearkened to his call, and he's let me down. But I judge every man by his heart. I see you have a clean heart. Let's see how it goes. Within 1 year, oh my God, the Ghana cedi gave the American dollar a big run for its money. Oh gosh, Ghanaians started to heave a sigh of relief when inflation came down. Today, as we speak, inflation is only 3% in Ghana. What a country. I love to drink milk. Oh yes, I don't drink cow milk. Today I went to the shop to buy that. Hitherto it was 75 Ghana cedis per pack. Today they 55 Ghana cedis. I said, oh my God, Ghana is beginning to work one more time. Thank God he listened to the prayer of this man here called John Dramani Mahama. Oh my God. Listen, from one point to the other, he mesmerized Ghanaians and the whole universe. Apart from inflation coming down, apart from the Ghana cedi giving the American dollar a good run for the money, John Dramani Mahama has also restored a lot of nationalism into Ghanaians. He made it clear when he sat in the presidency. And the first person to bring me a scandal as a president in my second coming, woe betides you. And he held that as close to himself like his jugular vein. This is John Dramani Mahama, my brother, my sister, the president of the Republic of Ghana. Everywhere he goes, Panafricanism flows. He was in Zambia and he fugulized the whole of the Zambia, to the point that this fugulization became a fugulity, and everybody in that country is now beginning to wear fugu and feel good about this wonderful thing. The last time I checked, Zambians are getting ready to celebrate the Ghana Independence Day, where fugu would be on full display in different colors. Oh my God. The fugulization of Zambia is totally fugulized. And I am so excited about that. Can I tell you more? Come here! My brother, my sister. Now, President Mahama, as is required by the Constitution of the Republic, had to tell us exactly in Parliament the state of the nation. And he gave us that address, simply called SONA, the State of the Nation Address. And he spoke amidst all the pomp and pageantry, all the heckling, all the nonsensical behavior in parliament from people who are supposed to be called honorables. My brother, my sister, he rose out of the clouds and he stood like St. Paul in the Bible. Hallelujah. He spoke and told them within 1 year what he has been able to achieve in his second coming. Everyone was mesmerized. It looked like the opposition party in Ghana, the NPP, is always trying to brew a certain storm of controversy and scandal to be able to pin the John Dramani Mahama government. And he spoke and finished speaking to a huge applause, and everybody was smiling cheek to cheek. It was time now for the minority to speak, represented by Alexander Afenyo Markin. Oh my God. He spoke like a kindergarten boy who had just seen a candy and had lost his senses. My brother, my sister, he spoke out of bitterness and anger for a man he was expecting to have flopped by now, as dictated by his party in the spirit. And when he held the microphone, this was what he told Ghanaians in this 5-minute rant. Watch this.
Speaker, with respect, let me thank you for the opportunity and thank Mr. President for living up to this constitutional obligation. But Mr. Speaker, what the President failed to tell the people of Ghana is that 1 year in government, he's still acting with slogans, no action. Mr. Speaker, electricity tariffs have skyrocketed and Ghanaians cannot afford electricity. We have thousands of Ghanaian youths who are, Mr. Speaker, can they be quiet and listen? Because if they misconduct themselves, we'll do the same thing to their leader. Keep quiet. You can't take away my time. If you don't keep quiet and listen, your leader cannot speak. If you don't know, I'm telling you. Mr. Speaker, thousands of Ghanaian youths were dismissed through a letter by the Chief of Staff. It's part of the State of the Nation. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, there is a scandal looming. Security services recruitment, TribeNet, we know who brought that company to the ministry. Kama has a way. And we, the minority, will pursue the person and make sure there's full disclosure. Mr. Speaker, cocoa farmers, they have reduced producer price and Erikopoku cannot be found. They don't care about cocoa farmers and they are here telling us inflation, macroeconomics, they are ready. Macroeconomics, they are ready. Mr. Speaker, Galamsey continues. Ghanaians continue to suffer under this Galamsey hardship. And we expect concrete action to be taken on Galamsey. Mr. Speaker, to conclude, our elders say, give credit where credit is due. Mr. President is telling us today that some gains have been made. Those gains through this gold for reserve. Mr. Speaker, the gold for reserve policy, what they have failed to tell Ghanaians is that the Baumia that they attack, Mr. Speaker, the Baumia that they attack, the Baumia that you attacked is the brainchild of this policy. Mr. Speaker, I would want to urge the government, give to Baumia what belongs to Baumia. a picture trying to embarrass the former finance minister. We've seen. But very soon, let me assure you that somebody, a senior appointee who is in charge of this tribe net, would go to jail. So the one behind tribe net, the one who introduced tribe net to the ministry, who is chopping money, Mr. Speaker, we are happy you are showing. Very soon we'll bring a picture. Then you will see the one in charge of TribeNet duping innocent Ghanaians, duping their unemployed youths. There are many youth who are looking for jobs, and this TribeNet, with the connivance of an appointee of government, she will be exposed. So you
yes, out of all. Now you are so the amamwa I call Ghana a wake up. I come here with Saudi Arabia to Minkobi.
It may affect BBI economy so gravely to the extent that even sports will be affected. For the first time, Yankopon Mama, World Cup na Ghana for baby, meaning I have one casa World Cup. Canada and the US. You become 10 time. Unless something special, something happens. Heavily intervention. No man ever basis, you know. And this is ya we are seeing na ye who be that. What me I say after Second World War no. Sa nyoma bebe ye who be that. Mostly no America against one country and now neighboring countries na in a year omontumum. But anger ya omodia fa in 2026 January February dear. Yawo ade mene wo metumi aka se mene wo yawo wiase ye ni hu bi da omo nsha ase o but ehun frama kakra na aba na ye follow history ye follow global politics kakra historical antecedent ye keka abcd de boboma baby aye dui die there's no turning back unless yakopon na owosoro no obe intervene. Out. Baby, there's no turning point. Like we're turning back. America for Aka, Iran for Swaka. Into Ghanaians, we should ourselves and prepare our minds. Fitietna Yepia, and say you who said the way we live normal life, yet that's all anyway near in the coming weeks. Yeah, no, experience. A bit affected BBI economy so gravely to the extent that even sports will be affected. For the first time, Yankopon Mama, World Cup na Ghana for baby, meaning I have one casa World Cup. Canada and the US. You become 10 time. Unless something special, something happens. Heavily intervention. No man ever basis, you know. And this is ya we are seeing na ye who be that. What me I say after Second World War no. Sa nyoma bebe ye who be that. Mostly no America against one country and now neighboring countries na in a year omontumum. But anger ya in 2026 January February dear. Yawo ade mene wo metumi aka se mene wo yawo wiase ye ni hu bi da omo nsha ase o but ehun frama kakra na aba na ye follow history ye follow global politics kakra historical and